Forget the fluffy self-help hype. The law of attraction isn't about pasting affirmations on your wall and visualizing a private jet. It's about something far deeper, something most gurus conveniently gloss over. Countless people spend years chanting positive mantras, only to remain financially strapped. Why? Because they are missing the crucial ingredient, aligning your inner world with your desires. It's not about what you want, it's about who you are. Think of the law of attraction like gravity. It's always working, whether you believe in it or not. You've probably chased wealth, financial freedom, the life of your dreams, only to find yourself stuck in a rut. Debts piling up, bills mounting, a persistent feeling of being stuck on repeat. This isn't a lack of desire, it's a dissonance between your conscious goals and your subconscious programming. It's like trying to pick up a jazz station on a radio tuned to static. No matter how hard you crank the dial, you won't hear the music until you change the frequency. Your body is a powerful energy field, a whirlwind of constantly moving particles. Every thought, every emotion, sets your personal frequency. This frequency acts like a magnet, attracting experiences, relationships, and circumstances that match your vibrational state. So why do you keep attracting things you don't want? Because your subconscious beliefs, the deeply ingrained patterns, habits, and limiting beliefs you've absorbed since childhood are calling the shots. Phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or, you have to work hard for everything, subtly shape your energetic blueprint. How can you attract abundance if, deep down, you believe money is dirty or only attainable through sacrifice? How can you prosper if you wake up daily fearing financial ruin? It's not conscious desire, it's your emotional programming. This explains those frustrating cycles of relentless effort yielding little reward. It's like running on a treadmill, exhausting but ultimately getting you nowhere. True change doesn't come from sheer willpower, but from a fundamental shift in your inner landscape. You may feel stuck, like an invisible force is holding you back. But that's not failure, it's a wake-up call. You've realized the truth, wishing for prosperity while vibrating at a frequency of scarcity is futile. It all clicked for me when I understood this. Life responds not to what you say, but to what you truly believe is possible. A frequency of fear attracts more fear. A frequency of gratitude opens doors to opportunities. How many times have you declared you'd change your life, only to fall back into the same patterns? Promising to save, start a new project, invest, and then life reverts to normal? It's not laziness, it's a vibrational mismatch. New thoughts, unanchored by emotional alignment, yield no lasting results. The universe is an echo chamber. It responds not to your words, but to your heart's song. Positive thinking alone won't cut it. Repeating affirmations in the mirror might offer temporary relief, but it doesn't alter the underlying program running your life. Your subconscious paradigms control your behaviors, decisions, and reactions. You might know exactly what you want, but if your subconscious believes it's unattainable, it will sabotage your efforts. How many intelligent, highly educated individuals struggle financially? Knowledge isn't the key, it's the paradigm shift. It's an ingrained program, relentlessly repeating patterns, regardless of your conscious attempts to break free. I used to wonder why so many brilliant, more capable people than myself weren't thriving. They amassed impressive titles and careers, yet failed to translate that success into true abundance. Understanding the power of the subconscious paradigm illuminated everything. Books read, courses taken, positive affirmations repeated. If your inner program dictates that you don't deserve it, that it's too difficult, that money isn't for you, your life will obediently follow that script. You might feel that frustrating pullback, an insurmountable invisible barrier. You blame yourself, accusing yourself of lacking discipline or effort, when in reality, you're trying to change the outcome without addressing the root cause. Your conscious mind thinks, but your subconscious stores the emotions that create your vibrational frequency. You can say, I am rich, 100 times a day, but if you're consumed by fear of unpaid bills, that emotion will manifest. The law of attraction responds to what you feel, not just what you say. Consider someone starting a business. They believe rationally in its potential, but their subconscious is rooted in scarcity. They make progress, but fear and insecurity drag them back to their comfort zone. Or someone who declares they are saving money, yet spends impulsively. The issue isn't willpower, it's their internal autopilot. The biggest mistake is believing that changing your thoughts is sufficient. You can replace one thought with another, but without altering the underlying paradigm, nothing truly transforms. It's like repainting a house with a cracked foundation. It might look good on the surface, but it remains structurally unsound. How many times have you promised to change, to do things differently, only to return to your old ways? This isn't a sign of failure, it's a battle against a program stronger than your conscious will. Until that program is rewritten, your life will replay the same chapters. Positive thinking is just the starting point. It's essential, but not enough. Real transformation happens when your emotions and beliefs are aligned, when you change the foundation, replacing the old paradigm with a new one. Only then will your thoughts manifest in your reality. Until then, life will prove that wishing doesn't make it so. It's what your subconscious accepts as truth that matters. The biggest obstacle to lasting change is comfort. It's the familiarity, however painful or unproductive, that your subconscious paradigm fights to maintain. It's built from repeated experiences, beliefs, and habits, creating a mental safety zone. Any attempt at change triggers resistance, that nagging inner voice whispering, "This won't work, you're not experienced enough, it's better not to risk it." And most people obey. How many times have you had a groundbreaking idea, only to abandon it out of fear? How many times have you considered a career change, an investment, a promising project, only to retreat because it felt too risky? This isn't a lack of ability, it's your paradigm protecting you, keeping you in the familiar. But the familiar isn't always best. It might be a miserable job, a dissatisfying relationship, perpetual debt. Yet your mind clings to it because it knows how to navigate that terrain. I experienced this firsthand. As a fireman, I had limited prospects. It was stable, but I knew I didn't want to stay. When the opportunity to start my own business arose, my inner world went into conflict. I lacked formal training, business acumen, and financial resources. Everything in me screamed that it was crazy. I doubted my success. But something told me, if you don't try, you'll repeat this pattern. It was uncomfortable, terrifying. I lost sleep, feared failure, considered giving up countless times. But I took the leap. Within the first year, my business thrived beyond my wildest expectations. I earned more than I had in years as a firefighter. I realized that discomfort wasn't a sign of danger, but of growth. The paradigm seeks to keep you in your comfort zone, but it's outside that zone where life truly changes. The problem is most people equate discomfort with negativity. Fear and insecurity stop them mid-stride. But that discomfort is proof that you're breaking free from the old pattern. It's a sign that you're forcing your subconscious to accept a new frequency. At first, it will hurt. It will feel strange, it will bring doubt. But only by traversing this process does the new become established. Think about all the things you've avoided out of fear. Where would you be now if you'd pressed on? How many opportunities did you miss because your mind told you it wasn't the right time? Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It responds to your actions, even amidst fear and uncertainty. Science backs this up. Behavioral psychology research shows that humans avoid change, even positive change, because the brain associates the unknown with threat. But it also shows that confronting discomfort forges new neural pathways, triggering transformation. I learned that the only way to outsmart your paradigm is to act despite your fear. By doing so, you train your mind to accept a new pattern, which gradually becomes your new comfort zone. What once seemed impossible becomes natural. That's how it was for me, and it can be for you. So ask yourself, what have you avoided because it felt too uncomfortable? What needs to change, but you haven't had the courage to act? That resistance doesn't mean you shouldn't proceed, it's the last gasp of your paradigm trying to keep you captive. By breaking through that barrier, you'll find the life you desire. Poverty isn't just a lack of money, it's a frequency. People trapped in scarcity attract more lack, limitations, and hardship. It's like tuning a radio. On the wrong frequency, no matter how hard you wish, you won't hear the right music. Those constantly worried about bills, debt, and problems reinforce the poverty frequency daily. You've probably been there, debts mounting, everything seemingly worsening. An unexpected bill, an unplanned expense, an emergency that drains your meager resources. You ask, why does this always happen to me? The answer is simple, though painful: you're stuck on the scarcity frequency. Your mind is so focused on the fear of loss that it attracts more situations confirming that fear. I remember nights spent agonizing over how I'd pay next month's bills. I'd wake with the same anxiety, the same heavy feeling. It was as if the problem multiplied overnight. That's when I understood something fundamental: feeding negative feelings reinforces negative vibrations. It's like planting seeds of worry daily and harvesting a crop of more problems. And I'm not the only one saying this. Harvard Business Review research showed that 85% of people's financial worries never materialize. Most suffer over scenarios that never happen. But that constant worry keeps their minds glued to the scarcity frequency. Notice how, when you're excessively worried, opportunities seem to vanish. Your attention is so focused on fear that you can't see solutions. Now reflect, how many times have you said, "I can't afford it, it won't work, the money's running out"? And how did you feel afterward? Relieved or more burdened? These words aren't just phrases, they are affirmations reinforcing your vibration. The universe doesn't hear, "I can't afford it." It picks up, lack, lack, lack. And that's exactly what you attract. Conversely, when you shift your vibration, even without the money you desire, things start to align. Gratitude is one of the quickest ways to change your frequency. It seems simple, but it works. When you focus on what you have instead of complaining about what you lack, you tune your mind to a different station. It's like changing the station on the radio, the static fades, and you hear clear, pleasant music. I know that for those drowning in debt, feeling gratitude might seem impossible. But that's where I realized the importance of choice. When I decided to stop complaining about what I didn't have and give thanks for what was present, my health, my energy, the opportunities that arose, my reality began to shift. I didn't become rich overnight, but I noticed doors that had been closed started to open. It all happened because I changed my internal frequency. What keeps most people trapped in scarcity isn't a lack of opportunity, but the mental prison they inhabit. It's the habit of thinking small, focusing on the problem, believing it will always be this way. If you keep repeating that frequency, your life will continue delivering more of the same. But when you consciously decide to change how you feel, even before changing your results, the universe responds differently. Scarcity is just a radio station. You can change the dial. By changing, you'll realize that what seemed impossible starts to happen in unimaginable ways. There are clear, visible examples of how the paradigm can build or destroy a life. It doesn't matter how much money someone earns, how many opportunities they have, or how talented they are. If their paradigm is programmed for scarcity, sooner or later, everything they've achieved will be lost. It's like filling a leaky bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it will always leak out. Mike Tyson brutally illustrates this. He earned over $300 million in his career. $300 million. How many generations could live in abundance on that fortune? Yet he lost it all. Why? Because he never changed his internal programming. He attracted wealth through talent, but his mind, trapped in a paradigm of self-destruction and lack of control, couldn't sustain abundance. The result was inevitable: bankruptcy, personal problems, and confirmation that money without a frequency shift is fleeting. Conversely, there are stories proving the opposite, showing how a paradigm shift can take someone from almost impossible circumstances to the top. Oprah Winfrey was born into extreme poverty and abuse that could easily have condemned her to repeat the patterns of pain and limitation surrounding her childhood. But she did something different. She reprogrammed her self-perception, cultivated a growth mindset, and learned to tune her vibration to abundance and possibility. The result? She became one of the most influential and wealthiest women on the planet. It wasn't luck. It was living proof that when you change your internal frequency, the external world responds proportionally. The contrast between Tyson and Oprah teaches a powerful lesson. Wealth isn't just the money received, but the ability to sustain that abundance through the right paradigm. Without that change, it doesn't matter if you win the lottery, sign multi-million-dollar contracts, or achieve phenomenal momentary success, it will all be lost because your mind will revert to the old pattern. That's why so many people who receive unexpected fortunes are back to square one within a few years. The frequency hasn't changed. Now, look at your own life. Ever hit the jackpot, a promotion, a killer deal, a windfall, only to watch it vanish like smoke? It's not bad luck, it's your mindset. Subconsciously, you're wired to spend, lose, or rack up new debt because, deep down, you believe money slips through your fingers or that you need to splurge to truly live. Your inner world mirrors your outer reality. Oprah's story proves background doesn't define you, but the frequency you choose. Mike Tyson's life shows that massive wealth means nothing without a shift in thinking. If those examples don't spark a rethink of your relationship with prosperity, what will? The secret isn't just attracting wealth, it's keeping it. It's about retraining your brain to resonate with abundance. Otherwise, you'll have fleeting successes followed by a crash landing back to square one. The bottom line. Are you ready to reprogram your limiting beliefs so that when opportunity knocks, you not only seize it, but hold on to it? Most people miss this crucial point. Transforming your results isn't just about thinking differently, it's about a complete mental overhaul. Conscious thought generates new ideas, but without rewiring your subconscious programming, nothing changes. It's like installing fancy software on an old computer without updating the operating system. You might hit the right keys, but the outcome won't match your expectations. And here's the kicker, your subconscious doesn't respond to words, it responds to feelings. You can repeat affirmations all day, but if you don't feel the truth in them, if there's no emotional connection, your old mindset will simply reject them. That's why so many people start projects with gusto and quit within days. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a lack of reprogramming. I remember reading Think and Grow Rich. Initially, those ideas felt so jarring I almost gave up. Every page challenged everything I believed. What did I feel? Fear, resistance, insecurity. But that discomfort showed me I was on the right track, confronting my limiting beliefs. I followed the principles, even without fully grasping them, and within a year my income soared from $4,000 to $175,000. Later, I surpassed $1 million. Incredibly, it took me almost 10 years to understand how that happened. I hadn't just changed my thoughts, I changed my entire mindset. If you genuinely crave different results, you need to feel what you want, not just think it. It's the pairing of genuine emotion with a new idea that unlocks the subconscious. Gratitude is a potent tool. Focus daily on what you're thankful for, even if you don't yet have the life you desire, and you send a clear message to your subconscious: I already have, I already am, I already live in abundance. This shifts your vibration. That's why I challenge you, for 7 days, upon waking, write down 10 things you're deeply grateful for. Don't just think it, write it. The act of recording it reinforces its reality in your subconscious. Throughout the day, whenever your mind drifts towards scarcity, reconnect with your gratitude list. Do this consistently. It seems simple, but this kind of practice starts to crack the cycle of repetition. Science backs this up. Regularly practicing gratitude alters brain structures linked to well-being and decision-making. Researchers at UC demonstrated that people who journal about gratitude are not only happier but make more financially sound and balanced choices. This isn't just some woo-woo spiritual concept, it's about tangible changes in brain function. You need to cultivate a consistent, not fleeting, positive vibration. Shift your mindset, and the results follow automatically. You attract different people, different opportunities, circumstances that once seemed impossible suddenly emerge. The law of attraction moves from abstract theory to tangible reality. So, are you willing to embrace the discomfort of changing your mindset and making this gratitude exercise a daily practice? Because if you are, you'll soon realize the biggest mistake was believing that wanting is enough. Desire opens the door, a shift in vibration allows you to walk through it. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to who you are, what you feel, and the frequency you vibrate at daily. Your mindset decides whether you repeat the same patterns or create space for something entirely new. If you already grasp this, you're ahead of the game. From this understanding, every small step you take gains momentum. And in the next video, appearing on your screen now, I'll show you how to climb another rung on this ladder of evolution, becoming a little bit better than you are today. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.